So we talked about marketing, understand how sales is incentivized. How do you get marketing to be incentivized to do that? Because the vast majority of marketers I talk to are still in this paradigm of I need to just hit some sort of like lead goal.
Yeah.
They would prefer to send over those 200 as opposed to those 20 like highly engaged, like more likely to be qualified.
Yeah. And this is where it gets into a bit of a struggle. Personally, I don't have a qualm as a marketer actually being aligned on a revenue goal.
Mm-hmm.
As long as my sellers are on the same revenue goal. So like we win together, we lose together. I love that mentality. The challenge with that is I have way less control over how a seller sells. So I think because I actually worked in an organization in which we tried that, but the sellers' conversion rates were 8%. And I was like, we need to close 100 deals this year. That's what you're telling me. We need to have 100 new customers, which means I need to generate 1,000 opportunities in a B2B context for our seller to hit the 100. There's something broken with our sales process, and they wouldn't let me fix the sales process. So like that's where there's some of the challenges around alignment on revenue. Because again, if you have an 8% conversion rate from discovery to closed one, there's something fundamentally wrong with the process or product market fit. Because no matter how many accounts you generate, like it's a waste of time. So again, if you have a sustainable, effective sales process where you're at least closing 20% of your accounts, ideally you're closing closer to like 30, which some people think I'm crazy for that, but like I close at 45%. So like if you have a 30% close rate from intro call to actual close one, align on revenue, because then you actually have sustainable conversion metrics where the number of accounts you need to generate is a reasonable number. If you don't, one, beat the drum on it and try to fix it. If that doesn't work, two, ideally you're actually aligned on a number of discovery calls that are booked with ICP fets. So sales accepted accounts. So again, in that context, and I don't think it truly aligns longer term, but if you can get it to a point where the sales has said, this is a great fit account, I'd like to work with this account and I'll work them through the deal, through the process. Sales accepted accounts is a metric that marketing can align on with sales, because sales has said, I will take ownership from this point forward and I will own the results. And marketing has said, anything before this, I own the results. So there's a clear delineation of responsibilities. Again, do I think that creates the best alignment longer term? No, because a sales accepted account is from my perspective, it's a lagging metric from a marketing perspective, but it's a leading metric from a revenue perspective. So it's still not the end goal, but it's helpful along the way. So it's kind of a non-answer, from being honest, but I know a lot of marketers don't want to align on revenue because they don't trust their sales team, which is kind of why we need to align marketing and sales in the first place.